What's up, Geeks and Gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about YouTube and their latest ridiculous decision, and I think that it needs to be covered, so I'm going to cover it on multiple channels. I've already talked about it once on my D-Day Cobra channel, so if you have not subscribed to that channel, please consider doing so. I'll leave a link in the comments below, but also I wanted to cover it here on this channel because I think it's important enough. This is an absolutely tone-deaf decision by YouTube in every aspect. I don't believe a word of what they are saying in this tweet right here. I don't believe anything about it. And if you do, you're not paying attention. YouTube is not doing this for small creators. YouTube is not doing this for mental health. YouTube is doing this to protect big companies. YouTube is doing this to protect politicians. YouTube is doing this to keep people's voices silent. That is what's happening. That is just a fact if you have been paying attention to anything going on in just the last year or two. Big companies, corporations, politicians continue to have their voices rejected by the people. And they can't take that because you can't have a democracy on YouTube. This is absolutely laughable in every way. So here's the tweet that they said. To reduce targeted dislike attacks and their impact on creators, especially smaller creators, you'll no longer see a public dislike count on YouTube starting today. The dislike button is staying. This comes after lots of research, testing, and consideration. I don't know who they talk to, but I've talked to creators with millions of subs. Never heard a word from YouTube. Obviously, I have several 100,000 YouTubes on multiple channels. I was never talked to. No one that I know that has several 100,000 channels, YouTube subscribers, was talked to. No one that has a small channel, according to YouTube, that I know of, was talked to. So who exactly did you talk to? Who exactly did you consult on this decision? I would love to know the creators that actually think this is a good idea. This is a bad idea in every single way for creators. The people that don't like me deserve to have a voice. They deserve to be able to like or dislike my videos, which again, if they don't like me, they will dislike the video. And they have that right. They have every right to dislike a video if they don't like me or if they don't like the content in which I am talking about. That is their right. You should not take the ability away from someone to have their voice. That's what's happening. It's happening because of the White House. And I did a, revised version, a corrected version of their tweet to protect Joe Biden and the left-wing narratives. You'll no longer see a public dislike count on YouTube starting today. That's what this comes down to right here. Now, Shoe on Head had a great take on this, and I retweeted it, and it's right here. Okay, if the creators can still see the dislikes, then it's not for mental health like you're pretending it is. It is for protecting the image of the White House, media, corporations, etc., who otherwise have the facade of being trusted and well-liked. That's it. And I love the sad at the end because that's something Trump would say. But Shoe on Head is 100% accurate right there. No doubt about it. Also, this one right here. That's what is being protected right there. That's what's being protected. Because every time Joe Biden is in a video that the White House uploads, or Kamala Harris, it gets mass downvoted. But let's pretend that you're trying to protect creators. How about Dr. Fauci's latest National Geographic trailer that got, 128,000 downvotes? But we're going to sit here and pretend. We're going to pretend that you actually care. I love this tweet from Odyssey. I don't know why we even have a marketing team. YouTube does all the work for us. And yes, Geeks and Gamers is on Odyssey. Sports Wars is on Odyssey. My D-Day Cobra channel is on Odyssey. RK Outpost is over there. Young Ripa's over there. So many other creators are over there. I highly recommend going and giving us a subscription over on Odyssey. It's a fantastic platform, and I think that they are making huge gains right now, especially with what YouTube is doing. This is just absolutely insane. And again, like I said, if you don't like me, you have a voice, and you should be able to use that voice by disliking my video. That's it. This is not complicated at all. But here we are where YouTube just continues to be out of touch. Now let's listen to this cringe fest right here. By the way, dislikes are still on this video. The updated YouTube dislike video over on the YouTube creators YouTube channel, it still has the dislikes public. And look at that ratio right now. Let's listen to this cringe fest.
Hey folks, you may have seen a while back that YouTube announced it was experimenting with making dislike counts private to only the creator of the video. Now, if you're like me, you were surprised by that. I mean, I've always thought seeing the number of dislikes on a video helps us know as viewers.
Listen to him try to relate. I was shocked. I was shocked, everyone. Listen to him try to relate. Get the hell out of here.
If it's a good video or not, if it's a helpful tutorial or not, or if what a creator is saying in their video is generally agreed with or not. But unfortunately, research teams at YouTube have found there's this whole other use for disliking a video that I had never experienced as a creator, and you may not have either. Apparently, groups of viewers are targeting a video's dislike button to drive up the count, turning it into something like a game with a visible scoreboard. And it's usually just because they don't like the creator or what they stand for. That's a big problem when half of YouTube's mission is to give everyone a voice.
You just admitted that you're taking their voice away. What is the... Oh my God, this is so cringe.
So earlier in 2021, YouTube experimented with making the public dislike count private to see if it would help reduce these coordinated dislike attacks across the platform. And after analysis, they did see a reduction. So the update from YouTube is that the dislike button is staying, but the dislike counts will now be private. You can still dislike videos, and that action will be used to tune your own recommendations, but you won't be able to see the dislike count. Only the creator can find it on the back end if they want. Now, a few common questions we saw from the initial experiment. First, without a public dislike count, how can viewers tell if a video is worth watching? Again, I kind of had this question too, but it turns out that while viewers might use the dislike count to give them a sense of a video's worth, when the teams looked at the data across millions of viewers and videos in the experiment, they didn't see a noticeable difference in viewership, regardless of whether they could see the dislike count or not. In other words, it didn't really matter if a video had a lot of dislikes or not, they still watched.
So then what's the point of removing them? What's the point in removing them? For creator health? Well, if they can still see the dislike button, then you're not helping the health of the creator. We know what this is about. We know exactly what this is about.
Next common question. If creators can still see the dislike count on the back end, how's that any different? They can see it if they look for it inside Studio Analytics under the Engagement tab. But overall, it's much less likely to cause stress and embarrassment if the count isn't visible to the public.
So in other words, when you have a bad take or if someone doesn't like you, instead of you being responsible for that take, we're now protecting you from the horrors of criticism. Maybe you shouldn't be on YouTube if you can't handle criticism.
One more common question, is this because YouTube Rewind got lots of dislikes? No, although there are some teams internally who have learned the hard way what it feels like to get lots of dislikes. Now, this again is about protecting all creators and making sure they have a chance to succeed and feel safe in doing so. All right, so that's the update. I hope it doesn't cause too much frustration. Honestly, I think you're going to get used to it pretty quickly, and keep in mind other platforms don't even have a dislike button. So consider that. Thank you, and I hope you're well.
And there you go. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, the comment section is a absolute, like, it's just a consensus of people saying how bad of a decision this is. Public dislikes are important to see for a number of reasons. This is kind of disappointing. It's not about dislikes. It's about sending a message. Why are you guys dead set on being like other social media platforms? What's next? Emoji ratings? The like to dislike gives viewers a hint on if the video is worth watching or not. I feel like this change will have multiple negative effects, but one main concern is that one of the most reliable ways of judging whether a tutorial or a similar video is good or actually works is by looking at the like to dislike ratio. That is 100% true. Like, I can't tell you how many times there's been like a situation where I wanted to look for, a how-to, or is this, like something that I do on my phone, oh, I can't figure out how to remap this, or is this thing here? So you search for something, and then you look, and you're like, okay, well, if that's got a 50-50 ratio, that's clearly not a good video. So let me go to one that's got a more positive video. That way I know that this person knows what they're talking about, and they can help me do what I need to do. Like, this is bigger than just, being upset about, politics or corporations. This actually like affects the core reason that YouTube has been so successful for so long. Now, of course, there's people out there that are going to take advantage of this and just be celebrating it because they get a lot of dislikes on their videos because they have a lot of bad takes, or they've done a lot of horrible things and people just don't respect them anymore. That group of people will be out there and they're going to celebrate this fact. But that just tells you more about them than anything else. At the end of the day, like I said over on my D-Day Cobra channel, I've had videos that I don't think I've ever been completely ratioed, but I've had some videos that got a lot of criticism, and we're down in like the high 60s to low 70s, which is very low for me. And that's happened a few times, and at that point in time, it makes you step back and go, okay, hold on. Do I really, did I have a bad take here? Do I really believe in what I said? It makes you try to re-examine where you stand, and do you really have that true belief that you had? And that's important to anybody to have to face those, moments right there. And when everyone else can see it, that's a tough situation, but in a good way. You have to be able to take criticism in life, in the real world. That is part of life. And this nonsense about everybody gets a trophy, this nonsense about no one can face criticism, it's ridiculous. And I said this, the next rule, YouTube will be banning all mean comments. You'll only be allowed to say nice, positive things unless you're talking bad about Trump. Then you can say whatever the fuck you want. And that right there is where we are heading. It's nonsense. It is what it is. But you guys let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I think that this is a massive failure on every single possible level. There is literally no good that comes from this, only bad. And just pay attention. Just pay attention to the small group of people that will be celebrating this. That's all I want you to do. Just pay attention to who is celebrating this move right here. And that will tell you all you need to know about everything that's going on. That's what I want you to do. Other than that, you guys have a great day. Thank you very much for checking out this video. Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Let's go, Brandon. And we will talk to you later.